I'm drowning in an ocean of waiting. Which way do I go? And how will I know when I get there? How will I know?
Will I feel it inside?
Which way to go?
Will the door open wide?
Will the questioning end? Will sleep be my friend? Will the road rise up to meet me? And how will I know?
Will I feel it inside?
Which way to go?
Will the door open wide?
Will the questioning end? Will sleep be my friend? Will the road rise up to meet me? Sounded nice, thanks. Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Songwriters in the Round. My name is Julie Doherty and I'm joined by some wonderful songwriting friends. My friend Ron Shaw here to my left and Rick Shaw to my right. And of course Steve on dobro and mandolin today and Richie on harmonica and my husband Woody Woodward on bass. I'm going to start off with talking about how many years ago it was that I first saw you play. I believe it was the Harp and Bard in Danvers, and can I say it was 25 years ago, perhaps?
You could.
Would I be accurate
You would
if
be
I
close,
said?
I think. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Now, you do play together as the Shaw Brothers, but you are individual songwriters, and we're going to be concentrating on some of those songs that you've written this evening. I think we're going to start with a song that you wrote.
Okay. Well, I tend to write more in the traditional vein and draw certain themes, historical and otherwise. And one of the songs that seemed to have gotten a lot of attention over the last several years is one I wrote as a result of the bicentennial celebration in the United States, during which the tall ships came to the ports of New York and Boston and created a lot of excitement. And so I was inspired by that, and I wrote a song which was ultimately used as the theme song by Operation Sail in Boston in 1980 when the tall ships came for that city's 350th birthday.
Wow.
So it sort of expresses my thrill and awe at the spectacle of the parade of tall ships on the 4th of July, 1976. It's called The Day the Tall Ships Came. Out of the mist of time they came, topsails flying high. Like phantoms of the past they flew on billowed wings of white. Fresh as the winds of morning, light as the ocean spray. All wonder to behold they were as they sailed upon their way. Windjammer, schooner, ketch, brigantine and yawl. From far off corners of the world they left their ports of call. Great and noble ladies, true sovereigns of the sea, they sailed to North America to join the Jubilee. From England, France and Germany, from Portugal and Spain, from Russia and from Poland they crossed the bounding main. From north and south and east and west, from every point they come. From far off Scandinavia and the land of the rising sun. Oh, windjammer, schooner, ketch, brigantine and yawl. From far off corners of the world they left their ports of call. Great and noble ladies, true sovereigns of the sea, they sailed to North America to join the Jubilee. And and those of us who lined the shores that morning in July, and watched in silent wonder as the ships passed slowly by, could hear them calling to us from beyond the winds of time, and feel the rolling of the decks and taste the salty brine. Oh, wind jammer, schooner, catch, brigantine and yawl, from far off corners of the world they left their ports of call. Great and noble ladies, true sovereigns of the sea, they sailed to North America to join the Jubilee. One day they'll tell the story of a day that long gone by, when the tall ships came sailing with their masts up to the sky, and the lives of we who saw them will never be the same, and the world will long remember the day the tall ships came. Oh, wind jammer, schooner, catch, brigantine and yawl, from far off corners of the world they left their ports of call. Great and noble ladies, true sovereigns of the sea, they sailed to North America to join the Jubilee. Oh, wind jammer, schooner, catch, brigantine and yawl, from far off corners of the world they left their ports of call. Great and noble ladies, true sovereigns of the sea, they sailed to North America to join the Jubilee. They brought their nation's blessings to the land of liberty.
Good
Nice
song.
song, right?
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, now, what possessed you to write that?
Well, I
was
was
it
just-
because you were excited that they were coming and you just
Well,
sat down one day? And...
I wrote that after
Oh, did
the
you?
fact, yes,
Oh.
because I was just blown away. It's just magnificent.
It was
If
a
you're
wonderful
interested in history and tradition, then to see really something like that is a very moving experience. It really is.
Sure is. Great song.
Thank you.
And Ron, what are you going to do for us now?
Well, I'm going to do a little song that I wrote quite a few years ago. As a matter of fact, back in the early 70s, Rick and I were part of a group called the Hillside Singers.
I remember
We recorded
that.
the Coca-Cola song,
Yeah.
I'd Like to Teach the
The
World to Sing. And we spent a lot of time in New York putting together an album to follow up the single, which surprised all of us and just went shooting up the charts.
That was such
And
a
it was
big hit.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
just incredible experience. And we had nothing to follow it with, nothing at all.
Oh.
So we dived in and we tried like heck to come out with something before the momentum on the single, I'd Like to Teach the World, was spent. And we spent a lot of time in New York at our producer Al Ham's home up on the up near Columbia University. And one night, Al and Rick and I were relaxing after a long rehearsal, and Al's daughter and her mother were in the kitchen, and I was kind of sitting there listening, and I heard Mary, the mother, say, "Oh, to be young again." And I said, "What did you say, Mary?" She said, "I said, oh, to be young again." I said, "I thought you said Louisiana young again."
Is that right?
Yeah, that's how that happened. And I said, "That sounds like a song." And so, I don't know, I sat up for a while that night, and it all kind of came out. And I've tried to change it various ways and add verses and things. Nothing wants to change.
No, this song was meant to be. It's a
Yeah, I
great
guess it
one.
is. So this is how it goes. Barefoot by the roadside, freckled face and tan, old dog blue beside him and a cane pole in his hand. I can almost smell the catfish frying in the pan, and it takes me back to the time when I was young in Louisiana. I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Louisiana, I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Driving down the road from Maine to Texas, selling things I'd never buy myself. The money but the lion don't come easy. And that barefoot kid reminds me of my younger self. I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Louisiana, I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Now I've been many people, many places I have seen, since I drifted to New Orleans on board the Delta Queen. And some folks say I've made it, but I wonder what they mean. I got a fancy house and a fancy car, and my fingernails are clean. Still I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Louisiana, I want to be Louisiana, Louisiana young again. Louisiana young again. Louisiana young again.
Great song. You know, when I listened to that, I was thinking, gee, I wonder if he was brought up down south, or if he loves the South, or maybe...
Well, actually,
So I was
Rick and I
wondering.
did spend some of our youth in Florida.
Oh.
And I lived in Nashville in the late 60s for a while, so maybe some of it rubbed off, I suppose.
Maybe it did. Yeah, great song, great song. Now, you know, sometimes we ask the writers on the show, what motivates you, or what is the process you go through to... Is there do you have a formula that helps you to write?
No, as a matter of fact, I think with me, the best songs that I write are kind of spontaneous. They kind of cook for a while, and when they're ready to be born, they happen.
You can't
And I have
force
sat
it.
and tried to force myself to write
Yeah.
a certain lyric, and it will not happen.
Yeah,
And when it's ready, it's ready.
yeah,
I guess that's
yeah.
for me.
And that's the same thing for you, too?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the song we're going to sing right now was that way. It just, I was driving along in the car one day, and it all just, I wrote it
Oh, no
with one hand
kidding.
on the wheel and one hand writing on beside me. It just happened, just flowed, you know.
Yeah.
And
That's
others
why-
just don't. You know, you can, I still have songs that I've been working
Woody-
on for
that
years.
Years,
It just
yeah.
will
explains
not
it,
come
right?
together.
Woody over here used to, be with us for many years.
I know he was.
And sometimes I would be riding with Woody, and we would see Rick in the car in front of us,
Oh, yeah.
weaving back and forth.
He's writing a
He
song.
still does it,
Thought he
Woody.
was falling
I guess
asleep
that's
and he
why.
was writing a song.
Yeah, right. The days before cassette recorders or something, you know, you had to write them down, you're going to forget them.
That's right, that's
Now you
right.
can just kind of talk in the thing.
Yeah.
There you go, high technology.
Technology.
As a matter of fact, I met Woody because he was playing with you.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
well, anyway.
Woody was with us for many years.
Many years.
How many years, Woody?
8 years.
8. It seemed longer, right?
It seemed like 20, but it was only 8.
It was a pressure, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it
yeah.
seemed like only yesterday. How do you figure?
Now this one, what is this song called?
Well, being a folk singer,
Yes.
and being folk singers as we are concerned with social issues and political issues, and also very much environmental issues. Being from New England, as we are, we love nature, and it's a great concern to us that it be preserved in all of its forms for future generations to enjoy. And so I became very involved in that sort of thing, and was inspired to write a song about it called See What You Done. And may I preface it with a little poem?
Sure.
Okay, I think it sets it up nicely. The poem goes like this. I shot an arrow in the air, and it stuck. Something to think about. Maestro?
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
A long time ago, when man was just a boy, he lived in a garden full of happiness and joy. He lived side by side with creatures great and small, and the earth was good to them all. And as he learned to think and to use his hands, he thought he could improve upon nature's plan, digging things up and tearing things down and moving everything around. Ah, man, see what you done. You broke up the party, you spoiled all the fun. You've ruined the garden where you used to run a long time ago. He decided one day life was moving too slow, and in spite of the fact that he had no place to go, he wanted to get there as fast as could be, by air, by land, or by sea. So he built himself a raft, and then he made a wheel, and then came the boat and the automobile, and he took a long look at the birds in the sky and said, I think I'll learn how to fly. Ah, man, see what you done. You broke up the party and spoiled all the fun. You've ruined the garden where you used to run a long time ago. Then he made himself a weapon he could hold in his hand, and started in bullying his fellow man, saying biggest is best and strongest is right. And even to this day he hasn't seen the light. Now the garden is gone that once was so fair. The water is poisoned and so is the air. The earth is slowly dying, oh don't you see? It's all because of man and his vanity. Ah man, see what you done. You broke up the party and spoiled all the fun. You've ruined the garden where you used to run a long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. You've ruined the garden where you used to run a long time ago.
Now, let me ask you, were you guys singing when you were like this high together, or
If you
how?
want to call it that, I had to, but we did start very early.
Actually, my father had one of the old wire, our father, yes, had an old wire recording. Have you ever heard of a tape recorder? It was wire recorder. They recorded on wire before tape.
Really?
And there's a wire recording of Rick and me singing Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree with anyone else but me. That not only dates us, but it also indicates that we started early.
Well, your voices are almost inseparable as far as their quality and the vibrato.
We have
and-
Siamese
yeah.
voices.
Siamese
Yes,
voices.
being twins. Of course.
Yeah. Well, you know, having sung with my sister, I know that.
Joined at the
you
lip.
can-
You know.
Yeah, joined at the lip. I like that. Where you can really interweave your harmonies and you can't tell who's singing what. Yeah, it's great. Wonderful. All right, I think it's your turn to do another song.
Okay. This is a love song. We don't write a lot of love songs, not for any particular reason, we just don't seem to. As Rick mentioned earlier, he writes a lot of traditional types of songs. And there's a very famous transportation, what would we call it, a vehicle, called the Concord Stagecoach, which was built in New Hampshire, where we come from. And Rick wrote a song called The Ballad of the Concord Coach. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. And I wrote a song which was kind of a companion piece to it. It was the love angle to how the Concord Coach came about. It's called Lucy, Come Ride in My Wagon.
The builder of the coach was named Louis Downing, and his wife was named Lucy Wheelock. And Ron took that theme and wrote this love song because supposedly he built the coaches as a token of his love for his wife,
Oh,
Lucy.
that's, yeah, nice angle.
Louis and Lucy were married one morning in May. They grew up together as sweethearts, it happens, they say. Louis was handsome and Lucy was fairer than fair. Her eyes were as blue as their love it was true, there was none could compare. Lucy, come ride in my wagon, I made it for you. With flowers and ribbons and leather all shiny and new.
children and music and laughter, they had it all. But springtime and summer too soon give way to the fall. One gray winter dawn, Louis was gone, the first to be called. Lucy grew older and lingered for 7 more years. She lived with her memories, her blue eyes seldom knew tears. In Merrimack County they say that the night Lucy died, she reached out her hand to a tall, handsome man who appeared at her side. Lucy, come ride in my wagon, I made it for you, with flowers and ribbons and leather all shiny and new. My love's forever and your eyes were never so blue. Come be by my side, Lucy, my bride, I'm waiting for you. Come be by my side, Lucy, my bride, I'm waiting for you.
What a beautiful song. It's a beautiful love song. Well, we're going to end off with a song that I wrote probably 5 or 6 years ago now. Actually, Richard and I wrote this song, didn't we, Richard? If you fell off the face of the earth, I would throw you a line, a single thread of purest love, so gossamer and vine, with the single strand of love to touch upon your hand. I'd give the slightest gentle tug, pull you back on the line. I will be there. I will be there. Just open your heart into the night. Close your eyes and don't despair, 'cause I will be there. I will be there. If you think of me, then I will be there. And if you dream to